Hello, friends. How are you? My name is Mike. This channel is Health and Wealth. I talk about health, I talk about wealth, I talk about building the empire, building my wealth, one little coin or step or input into my account at a time. And so if you are a like-minded person, hit the subscribe. I'd love to have you for the journey here. But today's video is an inspirational video, I hope, for many. But earlier today, I was thinking I should tweet something. And, what should I tweet? And, yesterday I had a good, just a text talk with my friend. He said, how's things going? How are you doing with your investing? Vice versa. And I asked him, how's the real estate going for him? And it was a weird conversation. I'm looking for an apartment for really affordable for someone. And, he has lots of apartments. And I asked him, how's things going over in that front? And he said, what's new? What are you investing in? And I said, I told him all about the YieldMax stuff. And then I told him, he said, what about crypto? And I said, Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the only thing I'm thinking about when it comes to crypto. I don't think about Doge. I don't think about XRP. I don't think about Ethereum. Nothing. Just Bitcoin. And he asked, what about XRP? And I said, it could be good. It could be good. But Bitcoin is like, it's like the one, right? That is the one that's out there. And that's the one I'm thinking of. So I wanted to put out some motivational content today on the old Twitter machine. And, this tweet right here, which I'm going to share with you, is just something I was thinking this morning. So hearing and seeing friends starting to invest makes me so happy. I love talking to them about investing. And so that's actually a main reason why I have this channel. Is because I want to talk about investing with like-minded human beings like yourself, the ones that are watching this this video here. And I wonder if you guys share the same type of experience that I do, like that you like to talk about your investing with your friends and family. And for me, I just like to create awareness to it. If I rewind 5 years ago, I didn't think about investing at all. And you know what? If I had have rewound 20 years and started investing then, more so than just in like work RRSPs or things like that, or pension funds, that sort of thing, I would be so much further ahead than I am right now. So it was really great just kind of texting back and forth yesterday with my buddy. I thought that was pretty interesting, right? And so, he's been investing for a really long time, but his investments are mostly in real estate. And so I thought to myself, why not reach out to him about that, the rental thing that I'm looking for. Now, this video today is a little bit different than usual. I'm just talking about thoughts, feelings, motivation, that sort of thing. And if you enjoy that type of content, I hope you comment below what kind of motivation you need in life, what kind of motivation you provide to people, and, what do you do? Who do you talk to about this stuff, right? I thought of a couple slogans for the video today. And I was motivated by a friend of mine that I met at the YieldMax event, Mike Schemer. Here he is right here. I hope I said his last name right. But let's take a look at this right here. You know what? Let me go back to right here. He posted today about this week's dividends and distribution estimate is $2,000. So that's pretty amazing. So I commented on his tweet there, and I just kind of posted, oh heck yeah, nice. And he said 1 penny at a time. Now that 1 penny at a time got me motivated to think about a YouTube video that I could post today, because I feel the same way, right? It's 1 penny at a time. It's one investment at a time to get me to the goal that I want to go to. I started thinking of slogans. I wrote a couple of them down: turning spare change into real change. And, I think about the investments that I have with YieldMax, that really is like spare change to create real change over time, by it dripping, and not necessarily dripping, but reinvesting those funds back into my investments. I hope that spare change turns into real change at the end of the rainbow. The other slogan I was thinking about was, because I've been thinking a lot more about Bitcoin lately, is because every empire starts with a single coin. And I want to kind of direct the rest of this video over to Bitcoin here. I've been really thinking about my investment in Bitcoin, that conversation I had with my buddy yesterday. By the way, give Mike a follow on Twitter here. He is a great follow. You can see he did have over 500 plus YouTube videos. There's his YouTube handle right there. And so, with over 2.1 million views, just an amazing, amazing person here to follow. So I went searching Bitcoin stuff today, and I saw a video from Tommy Lee that I think you guys will find to be interesting here. Bitcoin state of mind. And I've been thinking, how do I get more money in Bitcoin? Right now, Bitcoin's trading at $111,000. It's kind of hovering around that $111,000 mark, 108, all the way up to 120, I think, at one point. And like Tommy Lee says in an upcoming video here, predominantly Q4 is better for crypto, Bitcoin. And so for me, I want to be able to contribute more to what I already have in Bitcoin. We think about 10 years from now, right? That small change creates that large change, right? As that saying goes that I have here, because every empire starts with a single coin, or turning spare change into real change. And that's what I want to do over the next few months here, is take that spare change, create real change. And I think not you don't have to do anything you don't want to. This is just me talking about me, not financial advice, just entertainment. For me, I want to start contributing even more into Bitcoin here over the upcoming months, because, I believe in the long term of Bitcoin that it could really change my life, and that's why I want to contribute a little bit more. If you've been following me in my channel, you know how much I've been putting in. It's not a lot compared to a lot of people out there, but I want to be able to contribute a little bit more. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 50% of the distributions I get over the next couple of months here. I'm going to start putting that into the Bitcoin just to add a little bit more to it. Now, just a little bit of advice: don't tell people how much you have in Bitcoin. It's not, I don't feel like it's safe to tell people how much you have in Bitcoin, but I think it's good to have a little bit of Bitcoin in my world, that's for sure. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I'm going to start contributing a little bit more into the Bitcoin here over the next couple months at least, and then we'll see where we're at in comfort level after that. But I want to take that small change and make real change coming up here. And I feel, just my feelings, they're not your feelings, right? That Bitcoin is going to help me get there. I watched this video earlier with Tommy Lee talking to CNBC about Bitcoin, about crypto, about gold reaching all-time highs, things like that. And I think you will enjoy this video too. Again, comment in the video below what you guys think. What's your strategy? Do you ever kind of change focus? Do you stay narrow tunnel vision, or do you kind of think outside of the box, somewhat like I do here as well? All right, enjoy. Let's talk more once this is over.
About $111,000. The upside, the downside from here?
Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies like Ethereum are super sensitive to monetary policy. So I think that September 17th is an important catalyst. Crypto typically does really well in the fourth quarter. So I think Bitcoin can easily get to 200,000 before year end. I know it's a big move. It's almost a double, but that's also going to be
a double from here. Let's just hold on. Let's just take a quick pause. A double from here. So everybody's listening to this. We're at $111,000, and you think by Christmas time, effectively, we could be at 200,000.
Now, just to pause this, Tommy Lee did this last year as well around this time. He always talks at the end of the year that Bitcoin and crypto in general, but Bitcoin goes up. He wasn't quite right last year, but he was right in the sense that it did go up, right? So is it going to almost double? I highly doubt that, but I mean, if the interest rates come down, then I feel like it's going to support that, but let's temper our expectations on that. This is partly the reason why I want to contribute more. But I'm not tunnel vision just to the next 3 months. I'm tunnel vision to the next 10 years of this and seeing where that could end up 10 years from now. So I'll keep the video rolling. Here we go.
1,000?
That's right. One of the reasons Bitcoin stalled this year is the Fed's been on pause for 9 months. That pause all year, if you look at an easing cycle, that's only happened 2 other times, in 1998 and 2024, where the Fed began to resume cuts in the fourth quarter in September. Equities do really well. As you know, crypto is beta to equity. So I think it's going to be a very strong fourth quarter. Small caps should also rally, like IWM, but that also is really bullish for Ethereum, which is highly linked to small caps.
So you are seriously bullish into the end of the year at this point, given these rate cuts. You don't look at it as bad news is good news, but therefore the good news can't be that good situation.
I would be more cautious, Andrew, if we didn't encounter so much skepticism about stocks. I think year to date the S&P is up 10%. As you know, when you look at a pretty good measure like AAII, net bulls less bears, it's been negative for 5 weeks. So at all-time highs, investors are bearish. And we find that skepticism among our institutional clients. So I think most are kind of bracing for a defensive view between September and year end. That's why I think that the stock market will surprise to the upside.
I don't know, guys. What do you think about that? What do you think about Tommy Lee's prediction of the Bitcoin almost doubling? For me, I don't think it's going to go that high, but if you look at it with a widened view, with the amount of hype, the amount of crazy, amount of attention it's getting, it should, let's knock on wood together, go up over the next 10 years. And it's definitely something that is relatively new to me compared to a lot of people out there. I've only been investing in Bitcoin since January of this year. But what I want to do is, stack them high and let them fly by putting my small change, right? Turning spare change into real change. That's my goal over here. If you guys have like-minded goals as well, I hope you follow along with the journey. I can't wait to go ahead and start investing even more money into Bitcoin, because that really is my long-term wallet. That's my long-term savings account. And it's not money that I'm going to be taking money out of. It's going to be a put money in only over the next 5 to 10 years. And you know what? Who knows? Who knows? Let's see where it goes. But like we said, it's small change to make real change. And wish me luck. We'll see how it goes, right? My name is Mike. If you enjoyed this content, the channel's name's Health and Wealth. I talk about wealth a lot. Let's build that wealth together. And I can't wait to see you on the next video. Bye for now.